Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I see so many of you have already joined. How are you? Right. So, how's everyone doing? When I'm looking that way, I'm looking at your queries. Okay, so we've been doing article writing, and I believe things are clear to you. It's a very easy topic. Like I say, writing skills are very easy to do theoretically. What is difficult is to excel in it and be consistent about your practice. The more you'll practice, the better it will be for you. For anything, if you want to improve your communication skills, if you want to build your vocabulary, if you want to do anything for that matter, uh, you need to practice a lot. Now, by practice, I mean you need to practice reading, you need to practice listening to the language, you need to practice writing too, right? So, all of this, you have to keep a mix of everything. And like I always say, this is not only for your this 40 marks exam, business correspondence and reporting. This is also valid and this is very important for you for long run. I mean, whatever efforts that you put in right now will actually help you not only score good score, but also excel when when you are actually into the professional world. And even before that, when you are writing for your CA exams, uh, I mean, these things will help you. If your writing skills are better, if you can organize your thoughts, your answers will be better, right? If your language is good, if you are able to use good grammar, then in that case, your answers will be more effective. I mean, you will be able to convey or you will be able to express what you are actually trying to say even better. You will not lose the meaning while writing something in English, right? And needless to say, this is a very important language if you want to work globally. And I always say that why should we even say globally? Within our own country, it's very important to use such it's important to use this language. Now everything works in English. I mean, of course, there's so many things that you do in Hindi as well, but Diksha, I'll just come on the doubts about article writing. So it's a general English conversation that I'm doing right now. Even if you're writing emails, now things work over emails, the documentation, whatever you do, everything is supposed to be. Even, even legally also, the language of court is English, the main, right? And then if you are wherever you appear, you're supposed to speak in English, and that is only language that you would know, right? You cannot know all the languages, regional languages in the country. So at least you know this, and the other person also knows this, and it's easier for you to communicate, right? So, having said all of that, please work over this. Make the most out of these classes. Watch again. Once these live classes are done, you can watch these videos again. Everything is available on YouTube. Uh, go through the previous lectures also. Maybe you get a new perspective, and you get to know something new, right? So go through that and practice with the whatever is given in your study material for sure. Besides that, everything there's more material that is available on the website, ICI website. So go through that, go through the revision test papers, mock test papers, previous year's questions, look at the pattern. The pattern doesn't fluctuate too much. I don't think so. So you can actually, I mean, you can be little relief from that angle, right? So whatever the structure of questions are there, more or less, it will be asked in the same pattern only. Am I clear? To try to do that. Now, let's continue with article writing. If there is any problem that you have, you can ask me now. Abbreviations, no, you cannot. See, if you are publishing something at a formal platform, you're supposed to use formal vocabulary at least, right? You cannot write whatever you want, right? Unless this website is meant for such things. Okay. Any questions that you have so far? Okay, then answer my question. Is article writing fictitious or non-fiction piece of writing? Fiction or non-fiction? If you don't have any query, then answer my question. Is article writing a fiction piece of writing or non-fiction? Non-fiction. Perfect. Now, what comes first, the writer's name or the heading? Good afternoon, everyone. Heading and then the writer's name. Great. Right, heading. Okay. Next thing is, should we write articles in different paragraphs, or should we just continue writing one long paragraph? Do we break down the article in different paragraphs, or do we just go on with one long paragraph? Yeah, it's a surprise quiz round today. Short paragraphs, different paragraphs. Why? What is the reason? Why should we do that? Why should we do that? Yeah, because it makes the message more clear. Short paragraphs helps to easy understanding and make it visually good, easy to understand, more small paragraphs. It develops interest in reading. It makes the article attractive and catchy. Uh, it helps us to understand the main motive of article. Very good, very good. It makes the article more understandable and informative. It makes the information more, understandable. It should look like easy to read by the target audience. Yes. Because one long passage will be boring and no one will read it. And also, what we're trying to say gets lost in the passage. So, whatever we are trying to convey, it won't be clear. Yeah, good. Okay, very well. Very well. Now, in article writing, what is a conclusion all about? Why do we write a conclusion in article writing? What is the purpose and what is the conclusion do? And how the conclusion should be? Conclusion should contain all the important points. It may include the final point. In conclusion, we find the solution of problem to help clarify the thesis of the paper. Thesis of the paper. Are we writing a thesis here in the article writing? No. Thesis is altogether a different thing. Yes, conclusion should be giving some message, advice, suggestion, or solution to the problem. It should be based on research we have to make. Okay, fair enough. So conclusion is basically about it how you can, if you want, you can summarize your main points in the form of suggestion or what kind of a point that you're trying to actually make, or you can probably just give a suggestion or observation or a hope that this, I hope this thing gets better soon or whatever. So that kind of a solution that we expect in the conclusion, you consolidate whatever point that you're trying to make, right? Am I clear? So fairly, you all know what article writing is now. Yes? Okay. I told you last time that what is important is to choose a good article for your writing, because article tells your, so title tells and makes an impression, right? Am I clear? Okay, so I'm going to give you some titles and you have to tell me what this title tells you. What do you expect in the article if you hear this title? Okay, should we start with this? Should we play this game? Just give me a second. Okay, give me like 5 minutes. We can start with that game. But in the meantime, what you can do is I've already shortlisted some passages for you that you can go through, and you have to suggest me a title, and then we will be talking about how the paragraphs have been divided and what is the structure and how it has been decided like that. Right? Okay, let me share the document with you. Okay, share screen. The system is a bit slow today. I don't know why. There you go. You do this first passage in the meantime, then I will show you that with you. Can you see my screen? Oh, perfect. Can you see? Oh, no, it doesn't have. Okay. You want me to zoom it even more? Approved. I guess I cannot zoom it further than this. Is it readable? A smartly designed exercise program will benefit your body and mind in innumerable ways. The benefits of exercise on mental health are well documented. For example, one major study found out that sedentary people are 44% more likely to be depressed. Another found that those with mild to moderate depression could get similar results to those obtained through antidepressant just by exercising for 90 minutes each week. Okay, you read, I'll keep scrolling it again and again. How is it fine? Okay, just read this last thing also, then we'll discuss. Okay, very good. Why some of you are talking about yoga? Okay, so yes, this article is about exercise and what are the benefits of exercise. You all have got it quite right. Uh, Okay, now tell me how, of course, this is about benefits of exercising. Now tell me how each paragraph is divided. Now look at the first line. The smartly designed exercise program will benefit your mind and body in innumerable ways. Now see, this first line tells you everything, that this is about benefits of exercising on your body and mind, right? Now, what is the second paragraph that tells you? Now look at the second paragraph, which is so, smartly crafted. It talks about the benefits of exercise on mental health, right? Now, it also tells you that one major study found out that sedentary people are 44% more likely to be depressed. Now, it tells you some data also. It talks about some study. Now, what happens is when you talk about some studies, when you talk about, somebody's interview, somebody's real stories and real facts, that makes your research authenticated and it makes it more serious. Somebody actually thinks that you're well researched this topic before even publishing an article, right? And please understand that whenever you're writing an article in real world, that has to be very well researched, because you are writing something that is going to reach to people, right? So whatever information that you're passing on, it should be correct, right? Do not write wrong things and something out of your mind. Everything should be well supported and well backed up with evidences. Yes, you can have your own opinion, but the opinion has to be based on some facts, right? You cannot just talk about what you feel, right? So the idea of article is that it should make a difference. It should create some influence in people's mind, right? So it has to be very well researched. Now this one, see, the person is talking about the benefit, and then it says that 44% who doesn't move much, they are likely to get depressed. And then he talks about that there's another study that found out that mild to moderate depression could get similar results to those obtained through antidepressant just by exercising for 90 minutes each week, right? Now he's comparing two reports. Yes. Okay, so what he's saying is that whatever the results that medicines give you for depression, exercise can give you, even if you work out for 90 minutes each week. Right? So what is better, exercising or taking medicines? Exercising, right? So then the person also tells you that key appears to be release of brain chemicals such as serotonin and dopamine, which helps lift mood and combat stress. Now, see, it's such a well-structured paragraph which tells you about that how exercise can help the mental health. Am I clear? Yes. Now, what is this paragraph about? We are all familiar. Now, it's talking about the common problems that people actually face. One is depression these days. The other is the blood pressure. And third is the weight loss, right? And in all three, exercise can show you really great results. You don't need to start the medicines also, right? Now, this is what this article is about. Now, this article has covered, the small article has covered all the major points, right? Yes, these are the most common things that people face in their day-to-day life. So this is how the articles should be. One paragraph dealing with one problem. Yes, not too many things. And everything should have, I would say, evidence, facts, stories. You can actually, if you are writing on something which is going on right now, you can write down people's real life interviews. You can pick up their few lines and say what people think about it. For example, like these problems in Bangalore these days, what is happening, right? So, for example, you're writing an article and then you can just include the story of people who actually experienced it. You know, how bad it was and how they have actually, how they're dealing with it, not dealt with it. It's not over yet, but how people are even dealing with that, right? So, for example, you're writing an article about it. How did this happen? What's the problem? Yes, you're trying to find out something. You read articles, you find out the research, everything, and then you make your own article. Am I clear? Yes. Okay. Now look at the last paragraph. Whatever gets your heart rate up and gets your body moving while having fun and staying motivated is the exercise that will help you share funds. Okay. Right. Now, there's one more example that we could do is this one. Okay. Now read this article and tell me what is this about. Importance of aerobics? Are you sure? Only aerobics? Are you sure it is only about aerobics? Yeah. So collectively, it is about the exercises. Now, what kind of exercises can actually benefit you and in what? Right? It's different kinds of exercises. Not important. It is like telling about what all are the different kinds of exercises you could do. What is it called? Like strength training, stretching exercises, aerobics. These are different form of exercises, right? And how they benefit you. Just look at it, how it is structured. While there are endless forms of exercises, experts categorize physical activity into four broad types based on what each calls upon your body to do and how the movement benefits you. So basically, exercise divided into four forms. Okay, this is what this one is all about. Look here. Then there's balancing exercises also, and how they benefit you, how people choose such things, right? And how yoga is called the balance exercises, right? Any problems that anybody has, anybody who has difficult understanding what article writing is and how we need to structure. In the second half, I will be doing a lot of practice exercise. All right. Should we start that game now? Start. I'm going to read out the article's titles to you, and you have to tell me what do you think this article is about. Okay. No problems at all? Okay, the first one is EdTech's failure is Indian education sector's curse to bear. What does that mean? EdTechs, you know what EdTechs are? Yeah, these all these online platforms that are teaching these days, Byju's or all of these companies. Uh, there are two, three more in the market, just like them. So these are called EdTech companies. Okay, so EdTech's failure is Indian education sector's curse to bear. What does that mean? What do you think this article will be about? Okay, I'll repeat my this thing again. EdTech's failure is Indian education sector's curse to bear. I've given you a hint what these EdTech companies are. The companies who run these online platform teaching things. Yeah, why is it called a curse to bear? Would you understand that what this thing will be about? If you've not understood, I'll just write it on for you, right on your screens. No, 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 no. It's not talking about it, how they are more developed. Not at all. I'm just going to write here for you in pitfalls. Now, can you see? Now, tell me, what do you think it means? Look at the title very carefully and then tell me what you think it is about. Break each and every word and then find out the meaning. Like, what all do you think will be part of this article? It's a huge article based on this heading. The article is about on platform and their failure. The article is about on Okay. No. So, yes, it talks about the failure of ethics, yes. But why it called Indian education sector's curse to bear? Because there's a lot of investment that these companies have picked up and taken in last 2 3 years, and they have taken a lot of international investment also. But then, how it did not help anyone, right? Because the money that they took, that could have been used for the already established schools that we have, colleges that we have, where there's so many students that who've been studying, and eventually this online platform has limited, has it has some kind of limitations. Not everything can be done online, right? So it had it had the limitations, and someday it had to stop, right? And someday it had to crash. So when this crashed, imagine the amount of money that was invested there, that could have been used for other things, right? So that is what this thing is talking about. The Indian education sector's curse to bear. That means that that money could have been used somewhere else, and we just ended up using here, right? Yes. So this is what this title is about. Now see, this is one title, right? And somebody who has written the article on this title has written like about a really huge article. Okay. So this is what we're trying to say here is that your title should be very well packed. Now, this title is sufficient for about 2 3 pages long article because this covers everything. Now, this article, like I'll just tell you briefly because I've already read this article. This article tells you about that how these online edtech companies came into the business, how much investment they got, and how they got so much of preference, and how they crashed, and then how this money could have been used for other things, right? The other already existing Indian education sector. It also talks about the data where we talk about that how internationally we are not up to the mark when it comes to education, despite of the fact we have really good colleges, really good universities. We have one of the best uh, faculties with us in India, but still, why we don't rank, uh, why we don't rag when it comes to the international ranking, right? Because we don't invest in our own universities and colleges, right? The money, if we get as in these government schools and universities, how much benefit they can get. They can have better faculties, they can provide better education system, so many things can be improved, right? So everything is covered in this basic title. Clear? Now, this idea was to tell you, the idea was to tell you that how titles are interesting and can tell you a lot of things. Now, I know this was a little difficult for you to guess. Let me give you a simpler one so that you understand. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick something that is interesting for all of you, and I'm sure you all would be interested in answering that. Okay. Let me pick the title. Okay. I'm not going to name the thing here. It's just this dot 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 is the movie's name. So I'll tell you that A, B, C. For example, the movie's name is A, B, C. Okay. And the title is a disappointing fantasy drama laced with Hindu mythology. Okay, now tell me. This is easy. This is pretty easy. It's a disappointing fantasy drama laced with Hindu mythology. I'm sure you could guess which movie I'm talking about, but I just picked up from internet this title. I have not made it. But the idea is to just tell you that how interesting titles can be. Now, what does this title tell you about the movie ABC? Oh, no, 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 no. Please don't talk about that movie. That movie was amazing. You can actually use such interesting vocabulary when it comes to title of the movies or title of anything. Laced with means that add an ingredient of Hindu mythology. There's an ingredient, there's a mix of Hindu mythology. That's what laced with means. No, 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 Baba. This title is not about disrespecting Hindu mythology. No, 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 no. It's saying understand the word disappointing. You know what disappointing is? To be not very happy about something, right? Fantasy is something which is not true and cannot be true. It is just in your mind and in your another world, right? That is what fantasy means. Drama is of course a story of fiction, again, which is not true. And every movie is almost a drama. Yes, it's just because it's a dramatic presentation of something. So disappointing, that means a movie that could not make people happy. It couldn't make the at least the reviewer happy. It just made everyone disappointed. A disappointing fantasy. Fantasy, when you look at something and you feel that, see that two kind of movies. At times when you read a book and you read a normal movie and you feel that okay, maybe this has happened with somebody and or this could happen with somebody, but there are certain movies that you look at and you can say, no, this cannot happen, this is not part of our world. This is like, for example, something like Harry Potter, right? This is fantasy, right? That is not true, right? So there's so many other books and movies that are fantasy movies that just makes you happy. The idea is just to take you in another world and make you entertain, right? That is what fantasies are, but that is not true. Okay, drama is movie. Now, laced with Hindu mythology, that there is a fantasy drama with Hindu mythology. There is a mix of, there are inferences or, some few things are picked up from Hindu mythology. You know what Hindu mythology is? Yes. What do you understand by mythology? No, please don't name the movies that you guys are naming. I'm not naming any movie here. I'm just telling you how titles are given to things. Now, for example, a movie title also. When there is a title, there is this some, It's kind of or any a book title also. A title is supposed to tell you what is inside. Okay, now what is Hindu mythology or what is mythology? What is mythology, guys? Yes, it's the stories or facts related to Hindu gods. Yes, mythology is when you are talking about something related to the religion and gods and whatever their things are, right? So this was about the title thing, right? Now, enough of title practice. Now, let's come back after a 5 minutes break and we will be discussing the common mistakes and common things that you need to take care of while writing article writing. And then we will be taking two topics wherein you will be dividing the paragraphs, choosing the title, dividing the paragraphs, and then tell me how you will be writing the article if if this topic is given to you. All right, so let's take 5 to 10 minutes of break and join back. Okay. Okay. Uh, yes, everyone. So I hope you all are back from your break. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, so many of you have already sent your responses to me. Now, let's look at the PPT that I'm talking about, and we will be discussing few things that you need to remember. Most of the things you might feel is the reinforcement of whatever I've already told you. But then it's always good to go back and read and understand once again so that it's easier for you to understand. Now, common mistakes that one does in article writing: not using facts, quotes, or similar cases. I'm telling you this again. The purpose of article writing is to spread some information to make some difference in what people are thinking. Now, for example, even if you are writing a movie review, you might not like it, but others might, right? So if you are saying that this movie is not good and if it is not nicely done, then you need to have reasons for it, right? You cannot just say it because you did not like it, right? You cannot say somebody's effort was not. It takes a lot to make a movie from an actor's perspective, from writing perspective, from direction, whatever. There's so many things involved. So before you say and tell something that this is not good, you need to have valid response with it. You need to research before writing, right? And of course you can put up some quotes also, what other people thought about it, and some renowned important people. Probably if I'm writing an article, I would like to take a quote from a film critique who usually does that, somebody who's an expert with films. What does an expert feel about it? Was this movie good or not good? Or probably this might happen. There's something new that has come up that I am not aware of. So I won't like it, but others will. Intellectuals will like the movie, right? And there's so many such movies that a mass doesn't like it, but experts do, right? They like the way the movies are done, right? So facts, quotes. Now you're talking about health. You need to add some statistics, some quotes. And in the exam, because this exam is not, you don't get time to research, make up the things on your own, right? So that the examiner knows, at least you know how to write an article. Nobody's going to go and cross check what you've written is true in exams, because you don't get time to research also. So obviously you have to write everything from your own mind. You can actually include such points, about 30% feels so, about 30% people feel that if they do this, they feel a difference on your own. So that the examiner at least knows that you're supposed to include all of this. And when you write the real life article, then do that. Then that will become your practice. The language should not be too formal. Again, you're not writing a article for very serious people, and not everything is formal, right? Of course, it should not be casual. You should not be using slang words and the words jargons, but keep it easy, but keep it, formal, semi-formal, I would say. The article must be easy language for better understanding. This we have discussed again and again. The language has to be very easy for understanding. And it's better for you. More people who reads your article, more popular your article will be, right? So you need to target everyone. The title of the article must be catchy and clearly understandable. It has to be catchy, understandable. We have just done this. No use of paragraph. If you do not use different paragraphs, the short and crisp one, then again you are at fault. You are supposed to do that. Expressing personal views is fine, but author must never talk about himself or herself. Like I said, If you do not like the movie, the article is not about you, right? You can just pick up a phone and tell your 5 friends that you don't like it. If you're writing an article, you need to have a perspective of writing that article. And before taking out mistakes in others' work, or even if you're liking for goodness, maybe you liked it and the movie was actually bad, right? It could be vice versa. Also, there are times that happens that you like something and people are like, no, it was not that great. It was not like, how did you even like this movie? Everybody has their own personal choice, right? So if you're writing an article, you need to be very, very sure of what you're writing. Are we clear? So these are the common mistakes you should avoid. The points to keep in mind before writing the article. The points that you need to keep in mind. Article should be unique and relevant. Now, you cannot write an article about something that everybody's writing about. In that case, there's no sense of writing it, right? If everybody is talking about the same thing, why would you write something? Why would you write a common topic? The article must get attention. If you're writing something and if you're spending time on something, then you need to make sure that that gets attention, right? Any problem that anybody has so far in understanding this? No, right? Okay. Next is, it must be interesting. It must be easy to read. The reader is identified. You should always keep your name. People can relate. So if you start writing articles regularly, if people will start knowing you by name, it is so good for you, right? People start understanding your perspective. People start appreciating and respecting what you're writing if they like it. Starting with the last point. Which point are we talking about here? Find the main goal of writing an article. The goal can be anything from providing information, entertainment, advice, or comparing anything. You need to find a goal. Like I just said, why would you write something that you are not interested in? Or why would you spend time in something like that? Right? The title must be eye-catching, clear, and interesting. See, there's so much of emphasis on writing. The introduction, the starting paragraph must be highly attentive. Use your vocabulary skills. Try to use some interrogative words for the start. Like I said, we've been discussing this and I showed you the... Okay, Saima, we'll go back to that. Now, the first line or the first paragraph is so important because it sets the beginning of your article. Right? It should have good vocabulary skills, use of vocabulary skills. Like I just told you in that movie title, there were some interesting words used so that they can explain something. You can use interrogative words also, like what do you think, how many people can get education in this country, right? Use clear statements and make assertions. Now, you need to use really clear statements. Don't confuse someone in your writing. If somebody is confused, that person will leave the article right away. Okay? Nobody wants to read something which they are not sure of. Right? Now, make assertions is that you need to be confident, forceful about what you are saying. Am I clear? Don't write something that you're not sure of. Why would you write something like that, right? Avoid repetition and over-the-top logic and reasons. Don't repeat your points. Be clear in your head what you're writing and how you're writing, okay? Use a style of paragraph writing. Write the contents uniquely and unambiguously. There has to be a good style of writing. Good paragraph, like divide your points before writing it. The first paragraph is about this, second is this, third is this, fourth is this, fifth is this. Right? Avoid using points which interest you only and not for the general public. I've already told you this. Don't write the article for yourself and about yourself. right? Write things that you may think that it will be interesting for others too. Write a good and logical ending. The most important thing that you need to write a good logical ending, right? And then that is for everything, every writing skill that you do, right? Okay, now on page number 8.9 of your study material, I've given a checklist. Okay, when you write the article, go and check that have you included all of that? Have you taken care of all of that? Right? And that would be good for you. Okay. Now there is a small exercise. You're supposed to answer do's and don'ts, right? Which is the thing that you should do, answer as do's, and thing that you should not do, write don't. Okay, quick. Are you guys done? Okay, I've just got 2 responses, and that only for the first point. Take 5 minutes and do it. Okay, all right. I think it was a pretty easy one. Write very lengthy articles? No, don't even do that. Add writer's name for sure. The title should be lengthy and clear. No, the title should be short and clear. The heading of the article should be short, clear, informative. Yes. The only introduction and the conclusion should be attractive and attention seeking. No, not only, I would say. Yes. Target the audience. Yes, definitely. Definitely. One can advise, suggest, and give solutions to the problem in any paragraph other than the starting one. Don't. Don't do that. The language and the style of writing should be according to the concerning readers. Yes, definitely. You should know your audience. There must be only 3 paragraphs in articles: introduction, middle one, conclusion. No, there is no such criteria. You can go on as long as you want. It's just that it needs to be well structured. Okay, use proper punctuations. Definitely, for any writing skill, punctuations is very important. Even if you're writing an email, punctuations are very important. Use any tense, person, voice, as many abbreviations, self-made words while writing articles. Is that true? That's not true. Okay. So how many did you all get right? How many of you got it right out of 11? There are 11 sentences. Okay. Now let's discuss about why children break rules in school. This one. Okay, I want you to start doing this one. Why children break rules in school. Now, take 5 minutes and tell me what all would you like to include in your article if this is your topic. Like this is your first task. Now think about what all you can include in such a title. A title is such a topic. So this is your topic. Perfect, perfect, everyone. No, no, think about it. What all you can include in this. Don't give me one-liners. I don't want that. Okay, Fizan, I get your answer. Saima. Surya, I didn't get your response, what you've sent. See, you can write your own opinion and views, but not something that only you feel. You know, that opinion and view should be valid, that everybody else thinks the same, or many people thinks the same, right? So it should have a valid ground, I would say. Don't write something that doesn't have a valid ground. Okay. So basically, in this article, you're supposed to talk about multiple things about the system, about the psychology of students, and what kind of measures that should be taken, right? So all of that, right? Uh, uh, I mean, you need to break your this thing, and what all things we can do to curtail this, right? What kind of environment we can give it, and it's going to be kind of a suggestions or advice that how we can stop this and how we can deal with this, right? So first we need to understand why children break the rule, right? What is, how circumstances matter, how their schools matter, teachers, parents, you know their kind of strictness, what makes children break the rules. And you can talk about in which kind of environment, in what kind of parenting or what kind of a school structure children don't break the rules. I mean, there are so many who don't break the rules, but there are so many who does, right? So you can compare these two. There, you can compare their environments. You can compare their, psychology and how we can deal with it, right? So you could write a good enough uh, article. Okay. Now, for such an article, what will be your title? I'm sure you guys are thinking that she ends up asking titles only. Why? Of course, you can mention about it. Sometimes breaking rules is also fun. People can actually, it creates good memories, right? And I mean, and that also teaches you so much that if you break the rule, you need to take a stand for your own rule. You need to take an ownership of your own rule breaking activity, and you need to stand up for yourself, right? And that teaches you so much about life. Okay. So that is it about it. Now, quickly, no, children's role in school, children's behavior in school. No, no. Give me something good. Don't give me this. This talks about a lot of other things also. No, nothing interesting so far. Quick, 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 guys. Saima, you have said I have not received a title, Saima. No, I've not received. Oh yes, I have. Breaking rules in school or learning. Hmm. Can you say breaking rules, colon, lesson or fun? Or lesson or a mistake? Yeah, something like that. Okay. Okay, stop. All right. So let me give you another type topic to actually think through. Uh, so the topic is okay. This let's do this exercise. If I tell you that you are supposed to write an article today that will be published in the magazine, which topic will you choose and why? Okay. So if you're supposed to write an article, which topic will you choose? Okay. So now this is another activity that I've given you. If you're supposed to write an article, if I tell you that write an article that will be published in the magazine or something, which article would you choose? I mean, which topic will you choose and why? Sagar, you will choose teaching by ICA faculties. What will you write in that? Why would you write about it? Okay, fair enough. I got what you will be writing. Now tell me in the next post, what will the title that you choose and tell me how will you start your article? Just give me the start, like the first line. How would you start your article? And Your title. I would tell you what I understand from your title and your first line. Let's see how interesting it is, because that will tell me completely what your article is about. Just give me the title and the first line or two. That's it. That says it all about the article. Okay, Gunjan, I like what you're going to write about. Now give me quickly a title and the first line of your article. Okay, I didn't know that. Like people don't know about these classes. I- Yes, Saima, it's a good topic. Okay, good enough, Rekha. Good attempt. She talks about the westernization in India. Disha, I'm not sure what you're trying to say in books or mobile. You're saying, do you know the books printed today and printed 10 years back has a great difference? Are you talking about the number of books and the number of books sold? Now this place is taken well. I mean, that's not clear. The beginning is not clear. That's very good, Ishan, that she wants to talk about that how diseases are growing day by day in the modern world. How we don't take care of us and then we fall, and how we're not taking care of the environment too. Okay, quick. We have last 10 minutes. Just quickly finish this. Give a title and the first line. Don't tell me what you're going to write about. Your title and the first line will be sufficient. No, 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 not not full article. Just the first line or the beginning and the title. No. Write your first line with a question or some facts, what you are talking about. The first line should grab the attention of the readers. I am not able to even find out even one that can convince me for a good opening of an article. Emerging e-commerce. Okay, Bhumika. Nowadays, every economy in the world is facing high inflation due to price hiking. Even GDP of some rich and developed countries are declining rapidly. So, do you know why? Can you question your readers like this? Do you know why? What do you think is the reason? Why is this happening? And then you start explaining the reasons for it. Yeah. Why the China, who was once going to be the supreme power, is going down day by day? Why everybody is affected? Why everybody is sailing in the same boat? Yeah. So you will be writing about all of these things. Now, everyone, so it's time to finish the topic article writing. This is what article writing was about. It is about just putting your thoughts in structure, because it's not a formal writing, so everybody can enjoy doing that also. Yeah, a good practice for article writing is that why don't you make your own blogs, right? You create your free blogs that you create on so many platforms, and you start writing. You will see how your writing uh, will improve drastically. And when you're writing online, people are also watching you, and people are also reading, and you actually get good feedback from them. And that's how you can actually improve your writing skills. Do that. You don't have to tell your friends or your family about it. Just do it for your own leisure, and you will see remember your teachers used to tell you that start writing journals at night. You should write down what you did throughout the day, how you felt, what happened throughout the day and everything, and state it down every detail. Why? Because that used to help you to structure your own thoughts. You sit down and you think what all happened with you today. And you start structuring your thoughts. You start connecting and you write everything in a flow. Right? You do not say, Acha, in the morning this happened, and then evening this happened, then in afternoon this happened. No. When you're writing your own journal, you start from the morning till evening and you just go on and write down in the flow. That actually tells you and teaches you how to structure your own thoughts. Clear? So make sure that you start doing such an activity that can improve. You still have 3, 4, 5 years to go out in that real world. Work over your communication skills, work over your writing skills, work over your language, English. That will really help you. You will remember me one day for saying that. Okay. Uh, this is something that you should make the part of your routine about your life now. Yes, if you're good with your language skills, perfect. If you're not, then work over it. There's no harm for improving something. Yes. All right. So this was it from my end. Now, I'll wait for your questions. If you have any questions, please ask me any query, uh, any problem. How was today's lecture? Was it beneficial for you? You can tell me everything. And next, I will be meeting for another topic. I think in October. But in the meantime, please practice all the topics that have been taught so far. All right. Any question, any query? You too, Sagar. You too. And enjoy the festivals too. Any question, any problem that I can help you with. You're welcome, Vivu. Great convention. I think I'm supposed to teach you report writing in October. I'm not sure. I am sure you have lectures with other faculty after this. No problem. Everything is clear to you guys. All right. So great. No, I am not, Jyoti. No, I'm not. Why do you think so? And the spelling of London is London. My question is, I have so many. Saima, reading will help you. You need to read. You need to build vocabulary. And that is when you will be able to explain yourself even better. So for anything first, you need to build your vocabularies, guys. Work over that. And eventually you'll be able to write. And please understand, don't be harsh on yourself. Do not expect that things will keep happening overnight. This takes time, okay? Give yourself that much of time. Set a guidelines for yourself, set a goals for yourself, timelines for yourself, and go slow. I'm not saying don't just rush into something. Give yourself that much of time because this is a long process. It's not a short one. Me and Udo. I don't get your question, Savar. Okay, everyone. I'll see you soon. Practice, 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 guys. That's the answer. Have a good day and have a good weekend.